What if I told you the fastest swimmers aren't always the strongest or the ones grinding out the most yardage? What if I told you one of the simplest ways to swim faster is already within reach and you're probably not using it? Today, we're talking about how flexibility equals free speed. And I'm going to share my story how neglecting flexibility took me out of the water for 6 months, and how changing my approach to stretching not only saved my career, but also made me faster, more efficient, and injury free. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to implement flexibility training into your routine for real results. Let me take you back to when I thought stretching was a waste of time. I'd show up to practice, dive straight in, swim as hard as I possibly could, and then get out. I thought the key to getting faster was pushing more, pulling more, and just grinding my way in the pool. Stretching? That was for after practice, if I had time, which I usually didn't. I figured as long as I was swimming fast, I was doing enough. But then it all caught up with me. One day my shoulder started to hurt, and I pushed through it, thinking it was just a tweak. But that pain grew worse and worse until I couldn't even lift my arm, couldn't move it up, sideways, back, nothing. It was stuck in place. Next thing I knew, I was also out of the water, stuck on the sidelines of the pool for over 6 months. 6 long months where I couldn't swim, I couldn't train, and I couldn't do the one thing that I loved the most. And it wasn't just my shoulder. Neglecting flexibility had caused problems in my hips, my lower back, and even my ankles. It wasn't until I was forced out of the pool that I realized how critical flexibility is, not just for injury prevention, but for the speed and efficiency in the pool. Here's what I didn't understand back then: flexibility is free speed. When your body is flexible, your muscles move more efficiently, your range of motion improves, and you reduce drag. Simply put, you move through the water with less resistance. So let's take a moment and break this down. We're going to start with shoulder flexibility. If your shoulders are tight, your strokes shorten. You end up overloading your muscles and you create drag. But with flexible shoulders, your stroke length increases and you pull more water with each and every stroke. Each single stroke becomes more efficient. And guess what? That adds up to more speed over time. The second we want to talk about is hip flexibility. Tight hips throw off your body position. When your hips aren't flexible, you tend to drop your legs in the water, creating more drag. You're basically swimming uphill. Flexible hips allow you to engage your core properly, hold a better streamlined position, and generate more power from your kick. Finally, I want to focus on ankle flexibility. Your ankles act like a natural fin in the water. The more flexible they are, the better they point, and the less drag they create. Tight ankles, like what I used to have, causes you to basically be swimming with your brakes on. Flexible ankles let you kick fluid and smoothly and make your stroke more efficient and faster. After 6 painfully long months out of the pool, I knew I had to change my entire approach. It wasn't just about swimming harder, it was about swimming smarter. That's when I committed to a routine that included stretching before and after every single workout. Before a workout, I would use dynamic stretches. After a workout, just a little bit more on the static side. And here's the thing: I didn't just add a few minutes of stretching to the end of my practices. I started dedicating an entire day each week to mobility and flexibility training. That's right. One full workout day is dedicated to nothing but stretching, mobility, and recovery. And let me tell you something. That's when I really started to see the real transformation in my swimming. By improving my flexibility, I felt my body moving through the water more freely, my strokes becoming smoother, more efficient, and best of all, I stayed injury free. And I'm happy to say, since I put those methods in place, I've managed to last a whole nother 20 years of swimming on my own, injury free. So, what can you take away from my story? It's simple. If you want to swim faster, if you want to avoid injury, and you want to perform at your best, flexibility needs to be a priority. Here are a few actionable takeaways that you can start using in your next training session. Before you even get in the pool, set yourself up for a pre workout stretching routine. Spend about 10 to 15 minutes before every practice focusing on dynamic stretches. Loosen up your shoulders, hips, and ankles primarily with movements like arm circles, leg swings, and ankle rolls. This primes your body for the movements you'll make in the water. After a hard practice, it's time to do another stretch. Dedicate another 10 to 15 minutes to static stretching. Focus on holding deep stretches for your shoulders, hips, and calves. You'll notice a big difference in how your body feels the next day. It's basically easy recovery. And finally, if you want to take it to that final step like I did, dedicate a full workout day to just flexibility. Just like I do now, schedule one day a week where you focus solely on mobility and the flexibility, using resistance bands, foam rollers, and targeted stretches to open up the range of motion and release any tightness in your muscles. Flexibility isn't just something you add at the end of a workout. It's the key to unlocking your full potential in the water. If you're not taking care of your body, you're leaving speed on the table. And worse, you're putting yourself at risk of long term injury. I'm here to tell you from experience, make flexibility a priority. And you'll not only swim faster, but you'll also swim pain free. It's free speed and it's yours for the taking. If you're ready to take your swimming to the next level, start incorporating flexibility into your training routine today. Stretch more before and after practice, and dedicate time each week to mobility training. Trust me, you'll notice a difference almost right away. Let me know in the comments how you plan to add flexibility to your routine. And if you're looking for more ways to improve your swimming, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips. Until next time, I will see you in this video right here.